Good afternoon and welcome to the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. It is Thursday, September 29th, 1 minute after 2 p.m. We're here for our regularly scheduled business meeting. Let's take a roll call of commissioners to begin. With us virtually, we have Commissioner Irvin and Commissioner Caston. On the telephone, we have Commissioner Thomas. Present in the hearing room, we have Commissioner J. Williams, Vice Chair Powers, Commissioner C. Williams, and Chair Belser. Please join me for a moment of silent reflection before we begin. Thank you. Mr. Scarborough, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good afternoon, Vice Chair Powers and Commissioners. The first order of business is to set the next Commission business meeting. Staff recommends that the next regularly scheduled meeting be held on Thursday, October the 6th at 2:00 p.m.
Our next regularly scheduled business meeting will be scheduled for Thursday, October 6th at 2 p.m. Thank you.
We have a full agenda today. There are 17 items on the utilities agenda and 11 items on the motor carrier agenda. Item number 1 on the utilities agenda is in docket number 2022-259E. This is the City of Orangeburg's petition to intervene and Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's objection in response in opposition to the city's petition to intervene.
Commissioners, we've heard agenda item 1 as described by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, because the Commission received additional filings from both the City of Orangeburg and Dominion, South Carolina, in this matter, I move the Commission carry this item over until next week so that we can review all the filings and address all the filings at one time. If we did not pursue this course of action, we would be handling the matters individually. I think it's more appropriate to consider all the information that has been filed and allow opportunity for the parties to respond if they so desire. Further, Madam Chair and fellow commissioners, I move that the City of Orangeburg, I move that Dominion respond if desired to the latest filed motion no later than 2 p.m. on Tuesday, October 4th, 2022, and that the City of Orangeburg respond if desired to any response filed by Dominion Energy South Carolina no later than October 5th at 4:45 p.m., which is our close of business. Finally, pursuant to Regulation 103-829, I move that the Commission find that there's good cause for these modifications in the response times and reply deadlines on the basis that this hearing is in less than 2 months, and the Commission needs to make a decision so the parties can move forward with litigation. So move.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Williams, if I might, I understood your motion to set a deadline for any response from the City of Orangeburg by close of business on Wednesday, October 5th, and that's 4:45 p.m. Is there a time on, I believe you said October 4th, is there a time that Dominion should file by? 2 p.m.? Okay, so.
I'm sorry, my microphone is not on. No later than 2 p.m.
Okay, so the deadline for Dominion would be 2 p.m. on Tuesday the 4th, and any response, or if City of Orangeburg files a response, it would be due by close of business 4:45 p.m. on Wednesday the 5th. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair, that is correct.
Thank you for that clarification. If there's no further discussion, Commissioner, did I hear a comment? Okay. We'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 2 also is in docket number 2022-259E, which is a motion for admission pro hoc vici of Henri Gentry Little, Esquire, on behalf of the City of Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Commissioners, we've heard item 2 identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion, please.
Vice Chair Powers?
Thank you very much. I move to grant admission pro hoc vici of Henri Gentry Little, Esquire, filed on behalf of the City of Orangeburg, South Carolina. I would also apologize if either me or Mr. Scarborough have mispronounced the name because it's a new one on me.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 3 on the utilities agenda is in docket number 2019-386E, which is the request for approval of an inventory purchase and sale agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Virginia Electric and Power Company.
With regard to agenda item 3, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas?
thank you. I move that the Commission request ORS review the company's petition for approval of an inventory purchase and sale agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Virginia Electric and Power Company and report back to the Commission within 10 business days.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
We started with Commissioner Thomas. The chair votes aye. The motion carries. I apologize. Thank you very much. I did not intend to vote on this. I am recused from this docket due to some when this docket opened and previous employment. So please show me as recused. Thank you. I lost count of the agenda items.
Item number 4 is in docket number 2022-276E, Duke Energy Progress LLC's request for approval of the transfer and sale of property in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Commissioners, with regard to agenda item 4, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Irvin?
Thank you. The Office of Regulatory Staff, by letter to the Commission dated September 12, 2022, has indicated that ORS has no objection to the sale and transfer of Duke property. This is subject to this docket. Therefore, I move the Commission approve Duke Energy Progress LLC's request for transfer and sale of the property in Raleigh, North Carolina. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 5 appears in dockets numbered 2021-89E and 2021-90E. This is a request from Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC for approval of a revised notice of commitment form.
Commissioners, with regard to item 5 on the utilities agenda, is there a motion?
I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers?
Thank you very much. I move the Commission approve the company's revised notice of commitment form. I would also add that in this case, it's just an update, that there's no material change or anything that would affect any parties, I believe.
Commissioners, with regard, we've heard Vice Chair Powers' motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2022-279E, which is Duke Energy Progress LLC's request for approval of the transfer and sale of property in Buckhorn Township in Wake County, North Carolina.
With regard to agenda item 6, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Irvin.
I move the commission approve the company's request for transfer and sale of property in Buckhorn Township, Wake County, North Carolina. The Office of Regulatory Staff has issued a letter that they have no objection. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, is there any discussion on Commissioner Irvin's motion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 involves docket number 2022-142WS. Staff presents for commission consideration the failure of the applicant in this docket to provide on or before August the 9th of 2022 proof of publication of the notice of filing and public hearings as set forth in the transmittal letter issued by the clerk's office on July the 8th, 2022. Madam Chair, this item is now moot because the commission has received proof of publication.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough.
Item number 8 appears in docket number 2021-130S. The issue involved here is the status of the transfer of Northwood Sewer System between the City of Orangeburg and South Carolina Water Utilities Incorporated.
With regard to item 8, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Powers.
Thank you. By letter dated September 9th, 2022, the parties reported that the City of Orangeburg, South Carolina Water Utilities Incorporated, reached an agreement for the transfer of Northwood Sewer System to be effective October 1st, 2022. I would like to thank the parties for working diligently to get this matter resolved. I further move that the company file confirmation within 30 days of this directive that the transfer has in fact occurred. I so move.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. With regard to Vice Chair Powers' motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 appears in docket number 2022-292G, which is Piedmont Natural Gas Incorporated's application for authorization to flow through alternative fuel tax credits to compressed natural gas retail sales customers.
With regard to agenda item 9, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner Thomas, please go ahead.
On September 1st, 2022, Commission received a request by Piedmont Natural Gas Company Incorporated for authorization to flow through certain alternative motor vehicle fuel excise tax credits to its customers receiving compressed natural gas, or CNG, through a reduction in rates applicable to service under its rate schedule 242 and certain special contract fleet fueling agreements pursuant to Public Law 116-260/2020 and Section 6426 of the Internal Revenue Code 26 USC Section 6426. Congress recently extended a tax credit for all CNG sold at retail as an alternative motor vehicle fuel after December 31st, 2021 through December 31st, 2024. Piedmont proposed that the tax credit should properly be allocated to customers who are paying the alternative motor vehicle fuel excise tax for the following reasons. One, the credit acts in part to offset specific excise tax liability for CNG motor fuel sales, which is currently paid by Piedmont CNG sales customers. And two, the credit is intended to then encourage the use of CNG as an alternative motor vehicle fuel. Allocation of this tax credit would result in a temporary rate decrement of 50 cents per gallon of gasoline equivalent, the rate schedule 242, for all retail sales of CNG for use as a motor vehicle fuel under special contract fleet fueling agreements from October the 1st, 2022, through the expiration date of the alternative vehicle excise tax, which is December 31st, 2024. The company further requests for authority to remove or modify the temporary decrement should the United States Congress extend, modify, or eliminate the tax credit. I move that the Commission grant the company's petition for temporary rate decrement and authority to modify the temporary decrement as requested.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, is there any discussion related to Commissioner Thomas's motion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 appears in docket number 2022-6G, which is Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's application to have the terms of the Natural Gas Rate Stabilization Act apply to the company's rates and charges for gas distribution services.
Is there a motion on this item?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner Thomas?
Thank you. Pursuant to the provisions of the Natural Gas Rate Stabilization Act, also known as the RSA, codified at SC Code Annotated Section 58-5-400 at sequence, Dominion Energy South Carolina, DESC, filed its quarterly monitoring report for the 12 months ending March 31st, 2022. DESC proposed adjustments to provide the opportunity to earn the midpoint of the rate of return on common net equity established by order number 2005-619. In the March 31, 2022 monitoring report, DSC reported an adjusted rate of return of 6.89% and a return on common equity of 7.97%, and requested an increase in revenue requirement of $15,558,746. ORS examined the operating experience reported by DESC for the review period with the associated revenue requirement calculations. ORS made accounting and pro forma adjustments, increasing net income for return by $2,513,917 and decreasing rate base by $1,063,329. After these adjustments, ORS's review determined the retail revenue increase in compliance with the provisions of the RSA of $12,132,585, which is a reduction of DESC's request by $3,426,161, or 22.02%. ORS also recommended that the company conduct a depreciation study before its rate case be filed April the 1st, 2023, and a lead lag study as part of the rate case and future RSA the 15th, 2022, the ESC stated that it did not challenge ORS's adjustments in this proceeding. In response to ORS's recommendations to include a depreciation and lead lag study as part of its upcoming rate proceeding, the company stated that a depreciation study would be conducted, but there would not be enough time to perform a lead lag study. The company commits, though, to conducting a lead lag study in future RSA proceedings. I move the Commission adopt and approve of ORS's adjustments, DESC's proposed increase in revenue as contained in ORS's report. DESC has filed schedules containing the rates and charges resulting from these adjustments, and I move adoption of these schedules. I also move the company to adhere to their September 15th, 2022 letter in regards to a depreciation study. I move the lead lag study be required in the company's next RSA proceeding. A full order will be issued no later than October 15th, 2022. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, is there any discussion related to the motion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 11 is in docket number 2022-280G, which is Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's request for a commission order authorizing the transfer of certain real property to the town of Somerville without engaging in a bid requirement. Staff recommends that this item be carried over due to a request from the Office of Regulatory Staff for more time to review this matter.
Thank you. The item will be carried over.
Item number 12 is in docket number 2022-3E. This is a request of Duke Energy Carolinas, LLC, for final disposition of the company's annual review of base rates for fuel costs.
Commissioners, with regard to item 12 described by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner Thomas,
I move that the Commission find that the fuel purchasing practices and policies, plant operations, fuel inventory management, and all other matters associated with SC Code Section 58-27-865 conducted by Duke Energy Carolinas, LLC during the review period were reasonable and prudent. On September the 9th, 2022, the company advised that the company and SCEUC had reached an agreement on mitigating the impact of the proposed fuel rate increase by spreading the company's fuel under collection for a period of 24 months, with carrying costs at the 3-year U.S. government Treasury note, as reported in the Wall Street Journal, plus an all-in spread of 65 basis points. This calculated interest rate shall not exceed 6%. After review of the audit and verification of expenses and account balances performed by the Office of Regulatory Staff, I move the Commission accept and approve the rates and charges, including mitigation adjustments posed by DEC in this proceeding. With the mitigation adjustment, the base fuel cost component shall be 3.016 cents per kilowatt hour for all customer classes. The total fuel factors shall be as follows: 3.1918 cents per kilowatt hour for residential customers, 3.1713 cents per kilowatt hour for general service and lighting customers, 3.1394 cents per kilowatt hour for industrial customers. The fuel factors will be adjusted next during the 2023 DEC fuel cost proceeding. So moved.
thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, is there any discussion on Commissioner Thomas's motion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 13 was removed from this week's agenda, so we will move on to item number 14, which is in docket number 2022-104E. This concerns the public interviews related to the proposals of London Economics International, LLC, Siemens Industry Incorporated, and PA Consulting Group Incorporated in response to solicitation number 54000-23177 and commission order number 2022-170.
With regard to agenda item 9, is there a motion?
Chair Pelzer, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner C. Williams?
Thank you. Before I make my motion, I just want to thank all of the parties that responded to our request for proposal, and we did have a difficult decision. We had a very competitive proposals that we heard recently. And with that, I'll say, and I do appreciate everybody's participation, but I do move that the commission accept PA Consulting Group Incorporated's proposal for solicitation number 54000-23177. I further instruct the chief clerk and executive director Boyd to finalize the contract terms with PA Consulting in regard to this engagement. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner. With regard to Commissioner Carolyn Williams' motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Vote aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 15 is in docket number 2022-254E, which is AARP South Carolina's request for public hearings in Florence, Bishopville, and Sumter, South Carolina, concerning Duke Energy Progress LLC's application to adjust and increase its electric rates and charges.
With regard to item 15, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant the request of AARP to hold public hearings in Florence, Bishopville, and Sumter, South Carolina. I further move that the commission staff draft a public information notice for the public hearings for commission review and approval. So moved.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion? Commissioner, I just want to also clarify that the commission will still hold the virtual hearings that have previously been noticed. Is that correct?
Madam Chair, that is my understanding.
Okay, thank you. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 16 also is in docket number 2022-254E. This is a motion for admission pro hoc vici of Holly L. Buchanan, Esquire, Thomas A. Jernigan, Esquire, and Marcus Duffy, Esquire, filed on behalf of the federal executive agencies.
With regard to item 16, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the motion for admission pro hoc vici of Holly L. Buchanan, Esquire, Thomas A. Jernigan, Esquire, and Marcus Duffy, Esquire, filed on behalf of the federal executive agencies.
Thank you. Commissioners, with regard to the motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 17 is in docket number 2022-259E, which also is a motion for admission pro hoc vici of James N. Horwood, Esquire, filed on behalf of the City of Orangeburg, South Carolina.
With regard to item 17, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the motion for admission pro hoc vici of James N. Horwood, Esquire, filed on behalf of the City of Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Thank you. Commissioners, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carol Lee Williams,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. So moving on to the motor carrier agenda, item numbers 1 through 8 are requests for Class C certificates. Staff recommends that these items be taken together, and I will review them for the commission. Item number 1 appears in docket number 2022-290T, which is the application of A1 Transport 3 LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 2 is in docket number 2022-293T. This is the application of Ruth Lewis Adult Health Daycare for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 3 is in docket number 2022-294T, which is the application of First Calvary Baptist Church Adult Daycare for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 4 is in docket number 2022-295T, which is the application of Shuttle Myrtle Beach LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item number 5 is in docket number 2022-296T. This is the application of Charleston Charm Services LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item number 6 is in docket number 2022-297T. This is the application of MK Senior Transportation LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 7 is in docket number 2022-301T, which is the application of Dynasty Transportation Services LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. And item number 8 is in docket number 2022-302T. This is the application of Contrico White doing business as Safety Cab for a Class C taxi certificate.
With regard to the items 1 through 8 on the transportation agenda, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C certificates and items numbers 1 through 8 as listed by Mr. Norman Scarborough. So moved, Madam Chair.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 is in docket number 2022-228T, which is the request of LD Family First Medical Transportation LLC to replace the Class C stretcher van application previously approved in Commission Order number 2022-465 on July the 14th, 2022, with an application for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
With regard to transportation agenda item 9, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the company file a Class C non-emergency application by October the 22nd, 2022, come into compliance with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
With regard to Commissioner Thomas's motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 is in dockets numbered 2005-83A and 2009-167T. Staff presents for commission consideration a request to approve forms pertaining to the cancellation of certificates, request for extensions, and request to amend certificates. Staff recommends that this item be carried over.
This item will be carried over.
Finally, item number 11 appears in docket number 2021-328T, which is the application of 1 Mile at a Time LLC for an extension of time until January 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to transportation, agenda item 11, is there a motion?
I have a motion, Madam Chair.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. I move the commission grant an extension until November 10th, 2022 for the company to comply with commission rules and regulations. This represents 12 months from the original order date. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, is there any discussion on Vice Chair Powers' motion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Following the close of this hearing, we have a transportation matter to take up following the close of this business meeting, we have a transportation hearing to take up. Otherwise, we will have our next regularly scheduled business meeting on Thursday, October 6th at 2 p.m. I hope everybody stays safe with the inclement weather coming forward, and let's just pray that our state comes through with very minimal damage. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.